Don't miss the second annual Good of the Land Fest on October 26, 2019. Brought to you by Evaporust. Get your tickets now at thegoodoftheland.com or gotlfest.com. So a little after the restoration talk here. This thing probably should have never been restored. I'm actually shocked I was able to pull it off. It was so bad. Had so many holes in it. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to seal those holes up. And then I had to create this part because it was just, there was no fixing it. A lot of times with sheet metal, I can weld up sheet metal holes. I have an inverter style welder now, and they tend to try to help you out a little bit. And I haven't quite figured out the settings to get that ramp up at start turned off. And so it's a little aggressive. I think, I'm fairly certain, because I can weld some really thin stuff, but I'm fairly certain with just a standard welder I could have done it. But I think it was so much better to build that piece, you know. It's a really cool part. I'm really happy with it. And I got to show you guys, you know, kind of, you got to watch that metal bend as it was struck with a hammer, and gives you the idea of how it works. Now, it looks at some points like I was twisting that up. I'm not twisting it. Every bend that was put in there was put in by the hammer spreading the metal out, right? So I would make little bitty impacts, and just those tiny impacts, very, very light impacts, would push that metal out, and it slowly gave it that curve. And that was about real time, probably 30 minutes of hammering straight, and which I actually really enjoy that. I showed testing this, and it had water squirting out the cap. I didn't have my cap down. I did put a cork in there, so it does have a cork inside, and it seals up nice, and it works really well. I'm shocked it works really well. So I cleaned this thing out the best I could. The scary thing about it is this most definitely had DDT in it, and we're not certain that that ever causes cancer with humans. Major ill effects on fish and birds, which is why we don't use it anymore. Of course, when I started, you know, torching it, everything that was left inside there, I don't know if that was the Aussie juice from the smart washer, or if there was residual DDT in there, which it probably was, because one of the problems with DDT is that it doesn't break down. That's it. Once it's there, I mean, it could last potentially 10 years. And this is in a sealed container, so, you know, it probably was DDT. So anyway, I wore a respirator. The chemical compound of DDT was actually very easy to make. It's a couple chemicals you can get off eBay and a little bit of acid, and you're done. You just chill it after that and it crystallizes. While it's not legal in the States, it's still legal in other countries. But it pretty much wiped out malaria in most developed countries. As soon as it started smoking, I put a respirator on and we're good to go. Ventilated the shop, and I can see out of my right eye right now, and I can kind of hear out of my left butt cheek. So maybe a little off, but I think you know, maybe in a few weeks I'll be okay. Well, there you go, guys. I hope you like it. Weird restoration. Special thanks to Amy for designing me the logos. She's freaking incredible. I love her to death. And she's neat, man. Ready to go back to work. How about that freaking Evapo-Rust, huh? Stuff is incredible, man. It took every bit of rust off the inside of the tank and the outside of the tank. Very, very cool stuff. Speaking of Evapo-Rust, they are the sponsor for the Good Old Land Fest this year. You guys got to come check it out. Fitz All Podcast is going to be there. We're going to have Christ-Centered Ironworks teaching blacksmithing classes. Liam Hoffman's going to be there. There's so many classes and so many cool demonstrations. For more information, go to thegoodoftheland.com or GOTLfest.com. Links will be in the description. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.